So we decided to make sandwiches so we got some Meals on Wheels to give to people who need it and can't afford healthy food.
Supposed to be doing a project about food and the system around it. So it came up with this idea from for a farm to table cooking class.
So we tried to get compostable plastic at our school, but when researching it, we found that a lot of compostable plastics have PFAS, which is a synthetic coating that makes it really hard for the compostable plastic to break down, which is not what we wanted.
We challenged the students to think about, like, where do you have agency to affect a piece of this at your home, at school, or in our community? We asked them to come up with a project that they felt they, in a small group, could do. A group of 7th grade girls who wanted to address food insecurity in the Valley, which is an issue, by taking the food that was unclaimed at a local food drop-off point. Well, we had a lot of leftover food after those drop-off events, and those girls identified a way that they could both address food insecurity in the Valley and food waste, which is really smart. They took whatever was left over from that food drop-off, and they designed a menu using that. And they were able to make these great meals that we had discussed with Meals on Wheels.
I think it was good for us to learn and kind of go through the process of making healthier food that we can give to people, and just helping people in need. I think is really cool.
We came up with this idea to have an in-class day where we cooked tacos all class.
They got 20 pounds of beef donated from Cloudland Farms, super generous, garlic from Cedar Circle. A local general store donated flour, and then Billings Farm donated cheese.
I think we learned how to work together as more of a team and how to cook and make different things, because the first time we did it, we made tacos and we made the shells and everything from scratch. And I think that was a really fun experience. Our social studies teacher taught us about the big farms and everything and how they're treated. So I feel like everyone listened way better knowing how all the animals and stuff are treated. I think my favorite part is just getting to teach more people about ways to eat healthier.
Mine was smelling the smells of the food.
And actually make good organic meals. It really feels nice.
I mean, for some of my classmates, I definitely saw them cooking more and bringing more homemade meals to school instead of just getting the school lunches. So yeah, I feel like it's made a bit of an impact.
The thing that I found most engaging was doing the waste audit. I felt like it was a really good way to see why this is so important and why this matters and how much we're throwing away.
I see a lot of people just throw all their food away. They don't even notice the compost, and previously the compost has been further away from the lunchroom than the trash, not by a lot, but I feel like in our world that we're living in right now, if it's not really easy, it's harder for people to do it than it should be. So I just wanted to make it as easy as possible for people to compost it.
They've done all this legwork, and then one of them, in doing some digging in compostable plastic, found, oh no, in fact, many compostable plastics, when they break down, they break into PFAS and other forever chemicals. And so they were crestfallen because they were a month into this project. They're like, Mr. Loads, we fail. You're going to fail us. We're going to get a 0. I said, no, this is awesome. This is the scientific process.
We kind of looked back at our lunchroom and we found that we have a lot of metal utensils, but nobody actually uses them. So now we're getting people to actually use those metal utensils.
The students had to take on a leadership role in making these action projects happen. They really want to take agency and show how much they can do. And if we've done our job well as educators, right, they should be prepared to take some leadership in our community.
You can either think of it as we're too far down this path, we're too far gone, or we'll all need to work together collectively, so I think just trying to find common ground with people is the best way to move forward, and I think that's what
keeps me going, making those connections and seeing how that can really change the world.